Has it ever occurred to you to go back and re-record some of those early songs, considering, like, I mean, especially the stories of how they're recorded in this?
But yeah, only accidentally if it was recorded in a live gig, but never to go back into the studio. And the way we are anyway as a live band, the songs constantly change shape. And that's an awful lot to do with audience reaction. I like performing really up close and personal. I like to see the eyes of everyone in the crowd. And that's how I get my information about where we're going with them. And that energy, that absolutely changes and shapes the songs in so many different ways.
No,
and so far, I mean, not negatively working on it.
You reformed Pill about 10 years ago, right? And started touring again.
Yeah.
And you were essentially not touring for what, like 10 years prior to that? A decade and a half?
Nearly 18.
18. So
yeah, kept in constant debt by the labels. So what I had to do was work outside of music in order to go back into music. So magnificent oddities like a British butter campaign came along, and you think, oh, how silly, what a sellout. Oh my God, they're the only people that treated me with any real respect in a corporate way ever. Right? And the money raised from that, we put some towards the debt so we could get away from them record deals. Once we were away from that, and we could go independent, put up our own label, buy back our publishing, buy back our rights, set it all up again, but completely independent of what we call the shitstem. Right? And that's been a hard, long, difficult journey. And one that at the time you couldn't really express to people because you're aware that it might come over as self-pity. So what you do is you endure.
And also people have this idea of you as an icon and as a legend, so you must be well off. You must be good in some way.
That saucy bugger's rolling in it, of course.
Which is like crazy to assume because for like 30 years you were making really independent, really nonconformist music that is not going to be number one on the...
It certainly ain't.
Yeah, on the Billboard. Let's get some questions from audience. Who has a question?
Okay, I have something I want to say. Just now that you're mentioning all that time working outside the music industry, maybe it's like not so many people here. I can give you the key to deciphering the film. So the film is basically, John trying to make the music that he wants in the way that he wants. So first, he tried making it with his friends. Didn't work out. And he's always trying to make it with his friends. It didn't work out until he finds himself with Ginger Baker and all that. So he's making it now with his friends. Great music, but he's still not satisfied, right? So he's trying all the time to make music with his friends. And so I want to ask you about, like, the one time that you were, during that period that you were working mostly outside of music, you did your only solo record. So
Yeah, I released a solo album, which at the time, Virgin, which is my major label, they said that they'd back my solo album if I went on tour with the Sex Pistols. Well, I was going to do that anyway. And of course, they didn't back my solo album. In fact, they cancelled the bloody project after releasing a very minimal amount. I think 10,000 copies, something so stupid that it actually cost me more to have it released that I should have just withheld it, period. And those kind of spiteful moves. But he's dead right, Tava. Yeah, I always want to work with friends. This is what I feel best at and most comfortable in life, is working with my fellow human beings, trying to achieve something together rather than solo egotism. It's just the way I am, and I will always strive for that. And I'm sort of found that at the moment, haven't I? Yeah. With Bruce and Lou, and in fact, yes, I think I definitely have.
And the solo record is great. I recommend it to everyone. But like sometimes now with the current band, they play some of those songs, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
Was that a sad period of time where you weren't touring and you weren't recording those 18 years?
Oh. Well, I mean, you find out the only thing in life you're actually good at, you're stopped from doing. I mean, how sad is that? And then I will forever, ever have a really serious, deep contempt for what they call the music industry. you know. No one was there to help. And this is, for instance, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How on earth am I going to go up there, cap in hand, going, please, sir, can I have some more? No, it's not like Oliver Twist to me. These fuckers nearly destroyed me and did their utmost to make sure of that. And I'm not going to go back and grovel to them, not for anything. They have no right to put me in their museum. I don't belong there. I'm not dead yet.
Do you think they tried to destroy you because the music was too outside the bounds of what they thought would be successful?
I don't know if
That's what makes the music great.
I don't know if it's that, or maybe it's just because they viewed me politically as a serious challenge to what we could call the status quo, the easy ride, right? I wouldn't take the pat on the back or the top of the head. Nice boy, Johnny. Now can you write a pop song? Oh, you know, what the fuck do you think I've been doing for 40 years?
What do you think Pop Tones is? Next question.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I was just curious about your take on, you mentioned in like great detail about how like the music industry is like a very like vile, corrupt sort of situation.
But I'm never going to get anywhere with that mumble, mate.
Oh, sorry. I'll try to be a little more articulate. I'm just curious what's your take on like other ways that people have been putting out music in like more recent times with apps like SoundCloud and like Bandcamp and other forms of people putting out music for people to hear.
Internet is like a really lousy picture postcard version of a full-length movie, right? You're not getting the quality, you're not getting anything. You're getting a rough, cheesy estimation with "wish you were here" written on sarcastically. This is not good enough. I come from a time where vinyl, full of just glorious tones, sounds, all the things we love about music, transferred then to CDs because we were promised CDs would be the answer. There'd be ever so much more information because of the digital content of it. Well, they ripped us off on that too, didn't they? All right? They suddenly dropped the quality, and their CDs are as rubbish as anything else out there. And anything on the internet, right? Don't fucking bother downloading it. It's not true. There's no bass, there's no mid, there's no highs. There's just this guesstimation, right, that can't even really be bothered to be accurate. And this is it. This is our record industry at work going, yeah, that'll do. And at the same time, they're cheesing the fuck out of us, right, with all of their iCloud deals and or whatever, blanket agreements and all of these terminologies that really mean we don't get paid for what we do.
You have some shows coming up next month. You're going to be playing at Public Image. Is going to be playing at Brooklyn Steel.
Yeah.
In Philadelphia, Union Transfer as well.
Yep.
And I think the whole tour is really starting out in New Orleans, and you're going to be all across the country. People can check it out.
I've been on tour quite some time. We've just done 39 gigs in Europe, and including Japan, and that's like about halfway through for us. We're taking a slight break by doing press like this.
This is a vacation.
And on the 9th of October, we start again in America, and we work ourselves to death until we end up in Mexico City.
My hometown.
A perfect scenario for, a boozy tequila deathy.
Well, I can't wait. I'm going to be at the Brooklyn Steel show, and you guys are going to be at Metrograph, I think, screening the film and doing some Q&As there as well for people who haven't had the chance to see it. They want to go see it at Metrograph in
There's
Lower
a
East
sneak
Side.
peek tonight, and then tomorrow at the Metrograph, and I think it's on for a week.
Everybody give a big round of applause for Tabard and John Lydon.